Hello everybody and welcome back to Master Detective Archives Rank Code. We're now in the Mystery Labyrinth.
But what happens to us if we can't find it?
We'd be lost, wandering around here forever.
Yeah, we just got to the Mystery Labyrinth for Chapter 1. And we're about to we're hopefully about to expose the Nail Man.
But as long as we reach the truth, it doesn't matter how much time we spend here.
Okay, this was already covered in the last bit.
Oh, I forgot to mention this, but there's a time limit for solving the Mystery Labyrinth.
Good boy.
What?
There's a limit to how long you can stay in here. Stick around too long and your soul will leave your body behind. Your soul will wander until it's eventually absorbed by the Mystery Labyrinth, and you vanish entirely. In other words, you die.
Why are you laughing? You should have told me this a long time ago!
Now relax, quit whining. A detective is bound to die anyway.
I'm wondering how exactly they're gonna make that a mechanic, if they're gonna make that a mechanic at all.
Isn't that right, Halora?
It's no different from our usual line of work. A detective's life is always on the line.
See? Listen up, Master. You might learn something.
You're taking this awfully well, Lara.
Yeah. Alright. Shouldn't be too much longer before we actually encounter something. Yep, here we go. There's a door. This is
What's this?
Wow.
They seem to represent the 4 crime scenes. I assume that solving all 4 will allow us to progress.
Oh, I see.
You see? Master, this is your job. So what's first? How about starting with the clock tower, since it was the first one you investigated?
If the numbers are set chronologically, then the clock tower would be the 4th locked room mystery.
First off,
Let's solve this thing!
Alright, so let's...
Going to the 4th locked room?
Yes.
This is an exact replica of the clock tower crime scene. Shinigami, you didn't recreate it with your powers, did you?
She didn't clock you.
No, I can only do that when I hit you so hard in the head you almost die. It looks to me like the crime scene materialized in the labyrinth on its own.
the 4th locked room is the latest chronologically, correct?
That's right. And this is also what got me involved in the Nailman killings.
What are the details of the case? Try to tell me as concisely as possible.
The crime was a locked room murder inside the storage room of a clock tower. In the middle of the room was a woman's corpse covered in countless nails.
Which means that's the corpse.
Yeah, there were also lots of dolls nailed to the walls. It looked just like one of those bizarre crime scenes left behind by that Nailman guy from the urban legend.
Hence the Nailman killings. From the look of it, the door was locked from the inside.
Yeah, it was locked until the body was discovered.
There's only one window, and its shutters were down as well. I see. So the shutters were locked too.
This is the 3rd floor of the clock tower. It's too high up to jump from here.
So it really is a locked room mystery.
Hey! If this is a locked room, aren't we stuck in here too? Oh no! Master! You're trapped unless you solve this mystery! Otherwise, you'll run out of time and your soul gets snuffed out! You better hurry!
Put away the scythe!
Hey!
Oh.
Huh?
Where did the culprit
I
flee
see.
from?
So that's how to make the questions appear.
Not even the slightest bit of alarm from seeing Yuma's throat get absolutely minced.
I'm surprised you're so calm after seeing that. Here.
It had to have been from the window. That's the only thing that could have locked afterwards. Plus, there were those little bits of string
The culprit
tied to the
must
nail.
have escaped through the window.
And your reasoning?
When I arrived at the scene, the window shutters were closed. It was wet underneath the window, but I could tell it was already starting to dry.
Which means the window was open not too long ago.
It's likely the culprit escaped through the window and closed the shutters on the way out.
Is it possible to close the shutters from the outside?
Yes, this style of shutter automatically locks, so if you let go of the shutters at the right height, its momentum pulls it down. And once down, it locks all on its own. In other words, the culprit held up the shutters while moving outside. Once they let go, it automatically locked.
In that case, let's try leaving this locked room in the same way.
Right, let's try it.
Oh boy.
The Nailman killings have already been solved.
Is he that peacekeeper?
It's a mystery phantom! The people covering up the case in the real world are manifested like that here to stop us!
You think the culprit really escaped from here, this high up? If you fall, you die.
Ah,
Why don't you give it a try?
all that rainbow crap is hurt my eyes a little bit. All the more reason to kill this guy. Whoop. She really.
Hey, don't drag me down with you.
We can't leave a guest behind, Hallara! It would be downright unmannerly! So simple.
Dealing with continuous attacks. Press the correct button when you think you have the correct answer to the questions the Mystery Phantom throws at you. Attacks are going to keep coming, but be careful. You'll take damage if you avoid all assailing assaults.
Yuma, the Mystery Labyrinth is a manifestation of a mystery. So solving it will get us out of this, right?
I think so!
The culprit wouldn't have fallen out of the window like we did. They would need a tool to get up and down.
A tool?
You should have found something during the investigation. I was helping you. You must have seen the answer with your own eyes. Try to remember.
Yeah, that one, it kind of gave us the answer.
Concentrate!
That's it!
That's it! We found the burnt remains of that rope in the incinerator at the church. The culprit had used that rope to escape through the window.
Did using the rope leave behind?
The nail that was stuck in the doll under the window had some rub marks on it. The culprit must have tied the rope there. That's why those nails had been hammered in below the window.
It wouldn't be possible to climb down a rope simply hooked onto a window, unless you've had special training for it. There's no way an amateur could manage it. That can't be how things went down.
In that case, it couldn't have been an ordinary rope. It must have been...
Rope ladder.
What's that? I can't hear you!
So is this the bit where Shinigami gets in the barrel? Safety line, rope
I'm
ladder.
right here with you. In spirit and look.
There's no way I can dodge it!
Okay, that...
It wouldn't be possible to climb down a rope simply hooked onto a window, Unless you've had special training for it.
Okay, like,
There's no way an amateur could manage it. That can't be how things went down.
In that case, it couldn't have been an ordinary rope.
you hit anything
must
that
have been-
isn't one of the options, it automatically
What's
fails
that?
you. Like, you can't even touch the stick. I can't touch the movement stick.
Don't worry, I'm right here with you. In spirit, anyway.
Ow. We're alive, I think.
Yuma, are you okay?
Wow, offering your hand to help someone up.
thanks. You saved me, Halara.
Correct. It's all thanks to me. Money well spent, no?
Well, it was a lot of money.
Come on! Are you two just gonna keep staring at each other all day? Let's get out of this locked room!
Right.
So this is the rope ladder in question. It certainly would help you escape. The details of the case are still unclear to me. Was this found in the church's incinerator?
That's right. It didn't concern me at the time, but it makes sense now. The rope can be folded in the middle, and then the ends can be connected together. And that's how they made a rope ladder.
What makes you so sure it was used here?
The nail under the window showed signs of friction from a rope, and had some yellow fibers on it. A clergy member showed me the rope's burnt remains, and I noticed it was the same yellow color. And there were footprints on the ground below the window of the clock tower, facing the wall. Thinking about it now, these were clearly signs that someone climbed down the rope ladder and landed there.
Wait, wasn't the rope ladder hitched on that nail? How did they get it down from the bottom?
The culprit could have cut it one rung at a time as they descended. By the time they reached the bottom, it would have been one long single rope, which they could easily pull down.
The window's shutters fell due to its weight and locked automatically, completing the locked room.
Yep, that's a stellar deduction. Major props. To me for training you!
Oh boy.
The culprit used that rope ladder to escape the clock tower. What of it?
Back!
That doesn't change our verdict at all. The Watchmaker is the culprit.
Master, we'll kill the mystery phantom blocking your path!
Yeah!
Fear of heights.
These deductions of yours are unnecessary. It's clear who the culprit is. The Watchmaker was nearby at the time of the crime. The Watchmaker was also at the scene.
Oh,
And he had a hammer for the nails. In other words, he committed the crime. After committing the crime, just as you deduced, he created that locked room
oh,
and escaped via the rope ladder.
The Watchmaker is afraid of heights. He couldn't even look out the windows as he went up the tower. no way he climbs a rope ladder that high up. So it's impossible for him to have committed the crime. He's not the nail man.
Damn you!
You said these mystery phantoms try to cover up the case, right? Which means the Peacekeeper Seth is trying to do just that.
I don't know why, but it's clear the Peacekeepers are involved with this case.
Perhaps it is connected to Kanai Ward's ultimate secret. All the more reason to seize the truth. Let's go.
Right.
Jeez, who's the protagonist here?
By the way, Yuma, about your sword. Does it only work on cues and mystery phantoms?
The solution blade works against anything in the mystery labyrinth. So don't cut your allies by mistake, Master.
You could have told me that sooner.
Can I use that sword?
Ooh, so sorry. Only Master is able to use it because he made a pact with yours truly. You may be under the effects of coalescence, but you're just an extra here, Hellara. So, nope, you can't use the solution blade.
I was merely curious. Regardless, it's best I act as support, since I don't have any memories of what happened. Let's return to the case. Assuming the Watchmaker isn't the culprit, do you have any notion of who is?
I do. Halara, during the investigation, you claimed one of the people at the church is the culprit. I think I understand the reason why now. That rope was found inside the incinerator, which only clergy members could access.
In other words, whoever tried to destroy the evidence is a member of the church. Prompt and logical. I am quite impressive.
Wait, you're tooting your own horn? Hey! A treasure chest! Can I open it? Check it out! A new solution key!
Alright,
We're back to the original spot.
So, we cleared the first route. We just need to keep this up and go through each shrine one by one to gather clues about the culprit, which supposedly leads to solving the real-life case. I'm starting to understand how the Mystery Labyrinth operates.
You learn fast. Unlike a certain master I know.
If you're so impressed, why don't you just sign a pact with Halara?
Oh, are you sulking? You're the jealous kind, aren't ya?
No, I'm not.
We're short on time, aren't we? Let's move on.
Right.
I can't wait to reap the culprit's soul. What do we do next? You can choose whichever you want, so why not start with the one you're most confident with?
Let's see.
let's go for number one. We'll go in the same order we
The first
counted
locked room
everyone.
happened 6 months ago in a secret club in Kamasaki district. An old geezer was nailed to the wall in an underground casino. If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing. Are you going to the first locked room?
Yes.
Oh, did we get trapped inside a locked room again? But if the mystery isn't solved, then I won't escape this place. Trapped in a cramped room with these two. Sounds kind of fun, actually.
I have no intention of playing along with your fantasies. Yuma, hurry up and take care of this.
Yeah, okay. This is where I used Halara's Forte with my coalescence for the first time. Post-cognition allowed us to see the crime scene as it was in the past. Some things were obviously different. Those are most suspicious.
Here. I know. What about the vent?
You believe the culprit escaped through the vent?
Yes, I'm sure of it. When I saw the crime scene with your post-cognition, the screws on the four corners of the vent cover
I'd
were
rule
removed,
out the servant. Big dude.
which means the culprit must have escaped from there.
Oh, good, Mr. Flashy.
How ludicrous. You're saying the culprit escaped from the vent? That's impossible.
Master, poke him full of holes until he's a makeshift golf course.
What does that mean?
That's a sentence. Nails bent beneath the vent.
How ludicrous. They used the vent. That's utterly impossible. Think of where that vent is. Isn't it pretty high up? There's no way you could get there. Even if the cover was removed. There's no foothold to use to reach it.
I
No
tried to
one
hit it.
could get out through the vent.
I tried to hit it.
Right.
But
How ludicrous. They
Use the vent. That's utterly impossible. Think of where that vent is. Isn't it pretty high up? There's no way you could get there, even if the cover was removed. There's no foothold to use to reach it.
I'll slash through this mystery.
Yeah, I forgot I have the right trigger to summon
some of the nails
assistance.
stuck in the bottom of the vent were bent downward. The culprit used the nails driven into the wall as footing to reach the vent. The weight caused the nails to bend.
So you're forced to fight this way every time. Quite the test of endurance.
Yeah, no kidding.
However, solving the mystery itself was simple. The nails were used as footing to escape through the vent. Did you find that out using my post-cognition?
Yeah, without your help, this case would have been impossible to solve.
You'll never be considered a full-fledged detective until you can handle a case like this on your own.
Sorry.
You got lectured again. Sucks to be a rookie, huh? Anyway, let's head out. We'll use the nails on the wall as footing, just like you deduced.
Right, let's hurry.
The Mystery Labyrinth. Such a bizarre place. I must ask, is there no way to escape besides solving the mysteries?
You mean like an emergency exit? Unfortunately, I don't think that exists.
An emergency exit, huh? Well, there is one, kinda.
Go
There it
figure.
is.
But it doesn't solve anything. You'll just go right back to the mess you came from. Besides, to use the emergency exit, you'll have to pay a heavy, heavy price.
And that is...
Don't worry about it. Using it here wouldn't help anyway. So, never mind. Just concentrate on solving the mystery.
Got it.
There it is! Another treasure! So, who's gonna open the treasure chest this time? How about, whoever looks like they'd win a character popularity poll? Oh, that's me! Alright, another solution key!
Yeah, so that
Looks
rules
like
out the
another
big
clue
dude.
leading us toward the culprit.
Honestly, I feel like the first thing ruled it out, because why would he pull evidence? Why would he try to prevent evidence from being destroyed?
Considering the culprit used those nails as footing, they would have to be nimble. And given the size of the vent, only someone thin could fit through it.
So the culprit must be thin. We're narrowing down the possibilities quite nicely.
Keep it
Wait, hold on,
up,
that other
Master.
dude's only a
This is all
worshipper.
thanks to my training.
So that leaves it down to the nun and the priest.
Alright, let's keep going and solve the remaining locked rooms.
Yo, who's to say it couldn't be both of them? Or all of them? I don't know.
The second locked room mystery occurred 3 months ago in that mansion. The corpse was inside the study, and the room's key was found underneath the corpse. If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing. Are you going to the second locked room?
There are dolls nailed across the room. The victim is nailed down in the same manner. And the culprit was also missing from this room? It shares common traits with the other mailman killings.
And we're trapped again. Looks like you gotta solve the mystery of this locked room, or we're not leaving.
I'll try.
Okay, we know. I feel like this
Door was
isn't
locked when the
necessary.
corpse was found, and the only key was underneath the body. There are no windows that could have been used to escape, and the vent is too small to fit through. So how did the culprit escape from here?
Mistake.
It's too small for someone to...
Yes,
You can't escape through there.
Here,
Yeah, just right out the front door and use the vent to
this has to
engineer
be
it.
the spot. To leave the room, the culprit had to have taken this door to the hallway.
Huh? There's nothing special about that.
But there's no other possibility. There isn't another entrance or exit.
But the door itself was locked and the key was found under the corpse, right? After locking it from outside in the hallway, how did the culprit enter the room and put the key under the corpse?
Try it. Everything must be verified.
Sure. After committing the crime, the culprit went out to the hallway with the key in hand. They then locked the door. Assuming that's the only way to create this locked room, the problem is...
What are you going to do with that key in your hand, Master? Don't tell me you still have no idea.
hold on, let me think this over. We should go back inside for now. What? Huh?
Looks like we're locked out.
This is bad, Master! You better hurry or you'll fall into the abyss!
What do I do?
Calm down. You just need to solve the mystery. Doing that will open the path. You can do it, can't you?
Yes, I'll try.
We have to put the key back in the locked room, right? In that case...
That's right. The key could be slid through the gap in the vent cover above the door. And if they manage to throw the key right under the corpse from here... It stopped. But nothing happened. The door is still closed.
If it was wrong, a trap would have activated. So we're on the right track about the key being thrown in.
But there's more to it than that. If you simply threw it in, it'd be impossible to position it under the corpse. I see. So this is the vital clue for this locked room. I'm beginning to understand what happened here.
Lara, have you already solved the trick to this locked room?
You haven't?
Hey, quit playing hard to get and tell us. Or just me. You can whisper it in my ear.
If you want information from me, you'll have to pay a fitting price in Xian. Of course, I don't work for cheap.
You really are a devil. Trying to take money from a death god, huh?
The key was definitely tossed inside. But that doesn't explain how it got under the corpse. So, how did the culprit pull off that trick after tossing the key in? Maybe the corpse was moved? That would explain how it was on top of the key. But how do you move a body from outside a locked room?
Aww, the way's completely blocked off.
But the only things here that can block our progress are mysteries, right?
That's true. So, we just need to solve the mystery.
At least give me a heads up first.
Says, how was the corpse moved?
I've been trying to figure it out for a while, but...
Evidence was left at the scene.
Huh?
If you look at the evidence, you'll understand what tool the culprit used to pull this off.
Tool?
That's all the advice I'll provide. You must figure out the rest yourself if you wish to be a true detective.
Got it.
Got it? You just want the mystery solved for you, huh? I can tell, because I'm your mentor. So, I'll help you out. Are you ready? You better be.
Huh? Ready for what?
Lay it all out, Master!
Yep, here comes the barrel. Alright, let's look here. We have an R-I-L-S-T. Yep. Oh. I forgot which key did it, or what button did it. Alright, so S, R. Oh, wait. Remember the thing to remember how to spell. Yeah, used a string to lift the bot to position the body so it'd be sitting up, and then after throwing the key under it, let it back down.
That's right. There was evidence of a thin string being used at the scene of the crime. A sturdy and thin string like a fishing line must have been used to move the body.
You would think a tiny string could move a whole corpse.
There he is again! That rude and gloomy guy!
That deduction is wrong. You're wrong.
What could be wrong about it? Master sounded really confident just now.
Listen. The nails in that corpse's leg pierced through his body and into the floor, which means the corpse was fixed in place. So how could the corpse be moved?
The ones in the
Oh,
upper body
true.
weren't drove all
Corpse
the way
was stuck in
through.
place, it'd be impossible to move it.
Indeed. It would be impossible.
Laura, you think so too? So I was wrong the whole time?
Nope, you were correct.
Huh? The door!
The truth is slipping further away!
Of course it is, because your deduction is wrong. You people will never reach the truth. This is the end.
Master, let's take him down first!
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to use the assist, see what that does.
Your
All with the eyes
deduction
gouged out.
is wrong.
My time at Costa.
Do you have any proof that the corpse was moved? The corpse was fixed in place. It didn't move. Millimeter. In fact, that corpse shows no sign it was ever moved.
I'll slash through this mystery. No, there was evidence the body had been moved. The upper and lower parts of the body bled out differently. The blood from the lower body flowed naturally outwards, along the body's outline. But blood from the upper body looks like it flowed in a downward direction, toward his hips. If the corpse was motionless on its back, there wouldn't be such unusual bloodstains. In other words, it's safe to assume the body's position was different from when it was discovered.
Oh, what? Ah, more headache.
What? What's this?
Ugh, gross! We gotta hurry and get through that door.
Unusual circumstances. As long as the corpse was pinned to the floor, it couldn't be moved. You can't change the truth.
Even this didn't work? Am I just wrong about it all?
No, you're correct. The answer you've reached using the evidence is the truth.
Laura!
There's no doubt a fine string was used in this case. Evidence at the crime scene indicate the corpse was moved. So all that remains is to answer, how was the pinned body moved? That bizarre bloodstain holds the clue to all of this.
The bloodstain? If the bloodstain is the clue for how the body could be moved, even while pinned...
Master, we gotta chase after the door! It's getting further away!
Hey, wait!
I won't let you!
Yeah, the upper body was sitting up.
That's right! The corpse was sitting up at first. That's why only the wounds in the upper half of the body bled straight down. The string I mentioned before was thin but sturdy. It was all over the room, holding the body's upper half in place. That's the reason only the corpse's neck had marks on it. then retrieved all the string that kept the corpse in place from outside the door. And with nothing to support it, the top half of the corpse fell back to the floor, just like how it was discovered.
It appears this locked room mystery will finally be solved.
Huh? When did that happen?
Maybe you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did. Master, you know the answer, right? Let's finish this.
Right.
You gotta think like the culprit, Master. What place is suspicious? You have to recreate the culprit's locked room mystery.
Maybe you got the order wrong. First, you need to tie the fishing line down. Maybe you got the order wrong. First, you...
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just trying everything.
Maybe you got the... First, you...
First, a knot was tied through a slit in the vent. After that, the fishing line was drawn away to another location. In terms of sequence, it'd probably be easier to start with things that are fixed in place. That's it! It passed through a doll's eye. And then the fishing line passed through the eye to somewhere else. Right. The line was then passed around a certain point on the corpse. That was... here, behind the neck. The line ends here to support it. Now, it's clear that the line passed through the vent, the doll's eye, and ended beneath the neck.
Hang on. Why pull the line through the doll first? Can't you just start by pulling it from under the body?
To support the body's weight, the line needs to pass through the doll first, as it was fixed in place. Next, the fishing line.
I don't think this is part of
There
it.
are three... Think it over one more time.
Now, to return the line to the vent. This kept the corpse's upper torso in place. The room has been completely prepared. So next...
Is this a game to you? What you need to do next is clear.
I don't know.
Is this a game to you? What you need to do next.
Okay, if it's the same door thing... Yeah, whatever. Oh, that appeared afterwards. That's what was throwing me
The
off.
culprit exited through the door and locked it with the key. And then...
The vent
key
gap.
was thrown through the gap in the vent. If the culprit managed to drop the key next to the corpse, the only thing left was to untie the line. Then... the corpse, which was supported only by the line, would fall face up on top of the key. That's how the culprit created the locked room.
Hooray! You did it! That's my master!
Yeah, I'm sleepy. Oh, I'm always sleepy. Locked room completed.
the bloodstains were strange. The length of the nails driven into the upper and lower body were different. The nails on the upper half didn't penetrate all the way through the body. But the nails on the lower half went all the way through and into the floor. That was how the lower half could be secured, while the upper half could still be moved around.
That sure was tricky, but you managed to solve the mystery behind it. Looks like we finally made it to the treasure chest. Speaking of, don't you think that whoever worked the hardest should get to open it?
So not you.
Which is,
No.
of course.
Fishing line locked room.
This
Fun.
is probably another clue leading to the culprit. I'm not sure how we use it. Still, it must be used for something. Hold on to it for now. Let's solve the rest.
Right.
We have one left. And I got a feeling that it has to be the priest at this point, maybe?
The third locked room was a murder that happened 1 month ago in the art gallery storage in Ginma district.
My main reason why saying that it would have had to have been the priest is because she, the nun,
Pictures and paint were
one of her
scattered
hands
all
was
around the
bandaged
spot where
up.
The woman was boom killed. If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing.
her dominant hand.
To the third locked room?
That's my guess. We'll wait and see how it turns out.
Did we get stuck inside a locked room again?
This was the corpse that was discovered by that worshipper and the art gallery employee. At the time of discovery, the door was locked and the key was nailed to a doll inside the room. Aside from the door, the only other entrance is the window, but it opens just enough to fit a finger in. The frame itself is too small for even a child to squeeze through. How did the culprit vanish from here?
Had to have been out through the front door again. Let's see here. If I remember correctly, there is a doll with the key.
Here. I think the culprit could have only escaped from here, but...
Nothing's happening. Maybe you made a mistake, Master.
No, that can't be right. It's impossible for anyone to squeeze through that window. They could have only gotten out through the door. I'm sure the culprit had the key and locked the door from the outside after committing the crime.
The culprit just used a copy of the key. Would that really be considered a locked room mystery?
Well, there are only 2 keys to the storage space, and the design makes them impossible to duplicate. I learned that thanks to you, Halara.
One of the keys is always carried by that one employee. It was used when the body was first discovered, right? And the only other key was nailed through a doll onto a painting. So, it is a locked room mystery! Right? Right? Oh, that's totally it.
I see. I suppose you could call it that.
Somebody could have played the world's hardest game of ring toss.
Hey, Yuma. Can you go check outside of that window?
Oh, just like before.
Before?
Yeah, you made me do the same thing in the real world when we were investigating this place.
I see. Then the answer has already been confirmed. Very well. This locked room is solved.
Huh? Wait, did you already solve this mystery?
You haven't? How about you go and check outside the window? Then even you will see.
Oh, it unlocked. Looks like you can go outside.
All right, let's go see.
What?
Hey, didn't you already check this in the real world? Why do it again?
Alara told me to check it twice. There must be an important clue outside that window.
Hey! Maybe the culprit threw the key in through the window. And that way, the key would be found inside. Well, how about that theory?
Is this the storage key?
Which means... This one's a freebie! I was right! Just toss it in there, Master!
The culprit threw the key inside? Is that really the right answer? Did the culprit throw the key in from the window?
Master, hurry up and throw the key! Your footing's crumbling away! You're gonna...
This is the answer! Oh, it's still coming down!
So that wasn't the answer. I was right.
Master, hurry up and throw the key!
So I just have to wait.
Your footing's crumbling away! You're gonna fall!
That's the right answer?
How? Didn't the culprit throw the key in there? That's why the key was found inside, right?
No, the crime scene wouldn't end up like that if we threw it in. The key was nailed to a painting. That's not possible if you just throw it into the room.
Oh, right. But if the culprit didn't throw it in there, how is the key left in the room?
If you can't nail the key after throwing it...
You're back. The key vanished.
The key is in my hand.
Master, you got the doll and nail!
I see. So you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did.
Get ready for a whole lot of messing up.
Try it
'Cause there's
out.
no way I'm gonna get it
Doing so
right.
will create a new path.
Yeah, I'm gonna solve this.
Good luck, Master!
Ugh.
You have to recreate the culprit's locked room mystery. First, do something about that doll.
All right, first, take the painting. The culprit nailed the doll onto the painting. Next, both were stood up at a certain location. The painting was stood up facing the window. Now the part with the pierced doll is right next to the window. After that...
The ladder was on the floor.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Okay, I guess. Just
Then the culprit went outside. The door was locked, and they went to the other side of the storage room. I can see the painting and doll through the window, but I can barely fit my hand through the gap.
The doll's got a nail in it, but the problem is that key in your hand, Master.
Yeah, the culprit took the key and then...
No. Think the key wasn't just hanging on it.
hey.
The culprit nailed the key to the painting, along with the doll from outside the window. Finally... I pushed the painting into the room. It completes the locked room mystery! This is how the culprit did it!
It just takes me a moment to figure it out, and I'm sure some of y'all probably figured it out a lot quicker than I did.
It took some time, but you've reached the truth behind this locked room.
Throwing the key through the window would be obvious, so to mislead us into thinking that was impossible, the key was nailed to a painting which was then pushed over.
It's one thing for an amateur, but a detective wouldn't be tricked by this.
Seriously, only amateurs would get fooled by... Wait, you mean me?
Yeah. Wonder how much longer this mystery labyrinth's gonna be. We still haven't, like...
Hey, a treasure chest! Who's gonna open this one? We should let the meanest one of us open it.
How would you decide that?
Like... I'm the meanest. Let's check out this treasure. Huh?
What's wrong?
It's empty.
Huh? Why? After all we went through to solve this locked room.
This must mean solving the third locked room mystery doesn't necessarily bring us any closer to the ultimate truth.
That's terrible. I suddenly feel so tired.
We can't call it quits. We gotta keep going. That's it for all the locked rooms. We make a pretty good team. Don't you think so?
Well, what do we do from here? I see. The way forward is clear. It must be due to solving all of the locked room mysteries. Now let's go.
Right.
Again, I gotta ask. Who's supposed to be the protagonist here?
This place is creepy.
Don't be afraid to roll the dice. You must keep pursuing the truth. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Hello.
Is this some dungeon?
What is the meaning of this? Let me out of here!
Let me out! I'll kill your ass in the name of God!
I have nothing to do with the case.
I'm not the culprit! Let me go!
Wow, they're all here.
So now we must pick out the true culprit of this case.
The true culprit.
Yuma, you solved all the locked room mysteries before you made it here. You should have all the clues and evidence you need to accuse the culprit. To be honest, when I first met you, I thought you were rather pitiful.
You sure are honest.
But my opinion of you has improved. These mysteries have brought you closer to becoming a true detective. Now tie up all the loose ends and prove that I am not mistaken about you. With your logic, anything is possible.
All right, I'll try.
Ooh, somebody's guilty. My heart's pounding.
I want to say that's a red herring.
I'm not the nail man!
I'm not the culprit.
How can I be the nail man?
Only
not the culprit.
only clergy members, someone thin and nimble.
The nail man.
I'm not the culprit.
I was right!
Is you, Father.
What? That's an absolutely...
Ridiculous thing to say.
Him again? Why won't he just give up?
You're saying the priest, a man of the cloth, is the culprit? That's impossible. How dare you spew such nonsense?
Right! Do not make baseless accusations. The culprit has to be someone else.
Yuma, can I leave this to you?
It's not a baseless accusation. You're the only one who could possibly be the culprit.
Master, you're acting like a real detective. Go on and boom kill him.
I'm happy that I was right. Hello, he's got backup.
I'm a man of the cloth. This total blasphemy. Not the nail man. That's it! The first one to discover the bodies. The mailman is the worshiper!
Okay, yeah, rebuttal on the last one.
Yeah.
I'm a man of the cloth.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here.
The first one to discover the bodies. The mailman
Is the worshiper!
Nope. Okay, I hit the thing! Hey. Oh, there was a...
I'm a man of the cloth.
There was...
This total blasphemy! I am not the mailman. That's it! The first one to discover the bodies. The mailman is the worshiper!
Nope.
The truth!
Yeah.
The rope ladder used in the clock tower's locked room was found in the incinerator, which only clergy can access. The worshipper may be a regular churchgoer, but he's no clergy member. So he's no longer a suspect.
Shut up! Shut up! Ridiculous! A member of the church is the culprit? Even so, I am not the culprit! There are others working for the church. Yes, there's the servant. The servant must be the nailman. The servant was able to commit the crimes. To be eliminated
Damn it.
as a suspect, he pretended to discover a rope ladder.
I got caught up by the noise.
Right.
But
Then...
A member of the church is the culprit? Even so, I am not the culprit. There are others working for the church. Yes, there's the servant. The servant must be the mailman. The servant was able to commit the crimes.
There we go. Didn't get screwed by animations. Hey.
climbing up to the underground casino's window with only nails for footing would require considerable agility. Judging by the size of the window, there's no way someone of his size could have committed the crime.
No, no!
Round 3. Non-public information. Fishing line locker room floor plan of the
The
study.
nun must be the culprit.
We'll see how this goes.
The nun was absolutely able to commit the crime. It's not like she's afraid of heights. She used the nails to climb.
Damn it!
And you know she's always saying, I'll kill your ass in the name of God. It's clear she's the ruthless soul.
Some.
But
The nun must be the culprit. She's and also works at the church. The nun was absolutely at the crimes. This is the truth.
in the Mansion Study's locked room, the culprit tossed the key behind the corpse with perfect aim. With her dominant hand injured, the nun couldn't have done that, which means she's not the culprit. It's not the churchgoer, the servant, or the nun. There's only one option left, Father. It's you. You are the mailman.
Hey, say something quick. Otherwise, they'll pin me as the culprit.
Well,
You're useless. I am a priest in service to God.
Hello.
I am not the nail man.
What god would make you this ugly?
All your proof is nothing but fantasy.
Oh, he made himself that ugly.
You don't have a single piece of hard evidence.
Hard evidence?
But Master, you do. It's easy.
Based on the facts, the priest must be the culprit. The decisive evidence that proves it is... I don't know. What do I do? What do I do?
What?
A detective must always prioritize solving a case. Listen, a detective isn't an arbiter of justice. Unraveling a case is top priority, even with questionable methods.
What do you mean?
In short, you must get them to confess. Use everything in your arsenal, even if it requires bluffing.
Use everything?
Don't hesitate to use anything that might give you an advantage. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. Always remember that.
A bluff? In other words, I should just claim I have solid evidence. But what could I use as a bluff?
Well, there comes round two. Or round.
Enough with your stupid fantasies. Everything you say is nothing but a fantasy. Do you have any proof? Culprit. Did you find my fingerprints? Did you find my blood? Of course there's no evidence. This is the truth.
The footprints!
You left clear evidence at the clock tower's crime scene. There were footprints left under the window in the mud. When we inspected them, we found out they perfectly match your footprints.
Impossible! I already burned those shoes in the incinerator.
Nice one.
You gave yourself away.
Goodbye. Oh, I thought that was goodbye.
I swear, I only enacted justice in the name of God.
Looks like it worked. Good job, Yuma.
Thanks.
Karnai Ward is rotten to the core. To save it, someone had to get their hands dirty. Those slain were the evil incarnate that harmed others. That's why the people asked the Nailmen to kill them. Evil must be punished. And so, I strangled them, made them suffer. All I did was slay evil.
If someone hates somebody bad enough, they give that name to the Nailman. And this priest went around killing those people as the Nailman.
The urban legend offered targets for murder.
A priest is supposed to be the voice of God, but he went around killing people because someone wanted them dead. Lord is awesome!
It's terrible. It's insane to think that he'd kill people for a reason like that.
That could be said about all murders. Insane people kill for insane reasons. Anyway, you did it, Yuma. My expectations of you weren't wrong after all.
Is it finally over? Huh, nothing's happening. But last time...
Yeah, the soul of the true culprit who created this mystery labyrinth should appear. And since it didn't, it looks like this isn't over yet.
Huh? It's not over?
There are still mysteries related to the Nailman killings within this mystery labyrinth.
But we solved all of the locked rooms and discovered the true identity of the Nailman. Was I wrong? But the priest even confessed to it.
Calm down, Yuma. There's no need to panic. If the Nailman's identity is exposed and all mysteries are yet to be solved, then most likely someone else's agenda is involved in this string of killings.
Someone else's agenda?
Meaning the Nailman didn't work alone.
You mean there's another culprit? But
Maybe?
If you consider yourself to be a detective,
I mean, I was
you
sus
must
of
see
them
the
before.
truth through to the very end. No mystery concludes with a dead end. There is nothing we detectives cannot solve.
all right.
We have to review these killings from a different perspective. Out of the 4 locked rooms, if any of them were hiding a mysterious secret, it would be the room that's obviously different from the others.
Different?
Master, I get the feeling you want my help. Isn't that right? That...
Huh?
Oh, fine. I can't say no to you when you're so helpless like that. Okay, Master, lay it all out.
The one that's different. I want to go with number 3, mainly because that's the one where the victim didn't have the scratch marks on their neck.
Let's work together as a team. Wrong.
Oh yeah,
You can do
one
it,
for
Master.
because of the victims. Do we have the words?
That's not it. That's right.
Death.
That's right. Nice. Great.
Just Just waiting for this H to come back around. Yeah, she didn't have the scratch marks around her throat because she was killed with I forgot about the blunt force trauma. But yeah. She was killed by being smacked in the back of the head, not by strangulation. But they still put the rope around her just to make it seem identical.
A new path's opened up. It seems to be a hidden passage. If so, then the truth should be somewhere down there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Though, I mean, you know, it's honestly entirely possible that all four of them had a part to play in this.
I see. So the cause of death for the victim at the art gallery storage is the only one that's different.
Right. The victims in the other locked rooms were all strangled to death. All had strangulation marks and scratches, defensive wounds. The victim in the third locked room had strangulation marks, but no signs of resisting. There's also evidence of blunt trauma to the head, which can be considered the fatal blow.
The marks could have been made after the victim died, so as to appear as if strangulation was the cause of death. The real cause of death is blunt force trauma.
Three
Here's another
doors.
obstacle, but it's likely to be an insignificant one. Yuma, let's solve this mystery and move on.
Right.
Time for the yep. Why was the cause of death made to look like strangulation? Work of a copycat, work of a priest, coincidence. That was the work of a priest to make it look like... Well, let's see if I'm right. Nope. I might end up losing this one. Alright, so it's the work of a copycat. You know what? This is the first one that my gut was telling me. Yeah. As I believe Gibbs said in NCIS, coincidence doesn't exist.
The strangulation was faked to imply this crime had the same perpetrator as the other three incidents. By making the crime scene as similar as possible, it appeared like the mailman was responsible for an unrelated murder. Which means this was a copycat crime.
I agree. Among the string of mailman killings, there could be some that were done by copycat criminals.
That has to be why the mystery labyrinth still remains, even after discovering the mailman's identity. So who is the copycat criminal?
Indeed. We need to uncover this imposter's identity.
All right.
Time to make our pick. And since there's still a possibility... Something... Why is the child here?
The copycat criminal? What the hell? I'll kill your ass!
No, I told you already. I have nothing to do with this.
Bull crap. Yeah. I knew it. I want... Yeah, I was sus of it. I was gonna pick him no matter what.
Copycat criminal.
Huh? Me? What are you talking about? I told you all about the Nailman, and even cooperated with your investigation.
You were
And
way
now
too
you think
fanatic.
I'm a murderer? Are you f***ing kidding me?
Okay, gonna have...
This is crazy. Your investigation isn't worth
Oh boy.
Brought you to dust, you filth!
Alright.
Why accuse me of being the culprit? I was just first on the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the Nailman. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah? Even if there was a copycat criminal, why is it me? Servant could be the copycat.
Oh.
The nut could be the copycat. Anyone could have done it.
Alright, this one has...
Let's smash through this mystery.
The cause of death in the art gallery was blunt force trauma, faked as a strangling to resemble the Nailman's MO. But the murders all being strangulations wasn't made public right away. The only ones who knew that were those who actually set foot on the crime scenes. That includes the Nailman himself, the Peacekeepers, and the first eyewitnesses on the scene. Which means you. You could have committed the murder in the art gallery.
Master, after him! Beat some sense into that sensitive, nonsensical phantom!
The what?
For the first on the scene to also be the culprit is rather cliche.
He was always suspicious, but because the real Nailman was someone else, I didn't connect the dots. He was fascinated by the Nailman, and by studying him, he eventually knew more about him than anyone else. Ultimately, he became the Nailman.
It's ironic that he exposed his own crime by knowing too much about the other ones.
Master, the truth is right there! My radar is banging like crazy!
Banging?
Oh.
Go away! I won't let you! You have the truth!
Looks like we've arrived at the final stage.
If we make him submit, we'll completely solve the mystery labyrinth! Master, don't let your guard down!
Yeah.
No matter how much... Time for the big Shinigami.
Let's do this, Master!
This game is nonsensical and I love it.
We'll never destroy this fort! Damn you! Stop it! Shut up! Damn this! Stop with your lies! Everything was done by the Nailman! I'm not the culprit! How dare you accuse me when you have no proof? You didn't even check the crime scenes back then! You're wrong! Huh? Come on!
Hilar's forte.
Thanks to Hilar's Forte, we were able to see what each crime scene looked like at that time.
My power allows me to see the moment the first witness saw the crime scene. Not the culprit, not the victim, but how it appeared when a third party first entered.
We used postcognition to gather all the evidence.
Time to countdown!
So this means this.
Wrong! Shut up! Stop it! Get away from me! Damn it! Why you? Get away from me! Get away! Superman, get away! Who cares if you use post-cognition? You only saw what I saw as the first person on scene! No clue will help lead you to the culprit! You're never gonna find the culprit! What you saw is only what I saw the moment the corpse was discovered!
The can of paint.
Hilar's postcognition showed us that the paint can at the gallery storage entrance had been knocked over. And according to the art gallery staff member's testimony, that was your doing. You went into the crime scene first, and the art gallery employee behind you noticed you knocking over the paint can. But Hilar's postcognition only shows the scene when the corpse is first discovered. So if you were the first person to find the body, the scene before the paint can fell over would have been recreated. But it wasn't. The paint can had already been knocked over when the corpse was discovered. That means the first person to find the corpse was the art gallery's staff member, not you. The reason you didn't count as the first person to find it is because you're the culprit.
This is the truth of the case.
Time to do the recreation, which I'm probably gonna bunk up.
Master, finish him! Shove all your evidence into the solution blade and slash as hard as you can!
"13 pages. Deduction denouement. Okay, gotta come back to it. Oh, I guess that makes sense. So who is the mailman? The priest. And the worshiper is the copycat killer.
Step right up, step right up! A series of locked room murders based on an urban legend. Will we discover the true identity of the Nailman? Truth bombs are about to be dropped! Time for the deduction denouement!
To solve the mystery of this string of events, we have to know who the Nailman is first. The Nailman is an urban legend of Conaiward.
I'll set it to auto.
Write down the name of someone you want dead, and drive a nail through it and a doll to a tree behind the church. And the Nailman will kill that person for you with a countless number of nails.
A string of murders exactly like that urban legend began half a year ago.
All of the crime scenes featured a corpse and dolls nailed down within a locked room. The first murder happened 6 months ago at a secret club in Kamasaki District.
The victim was none other than the geezer who owned the place, and the cause of death was strangulation. I heard the buy-in to place a bet was pretty steep, and cheating was rampant, so it was obviously a scummy place.
The key to the door was inside of a glass. And the vent that connects outside looked too high for escape to be possible.
But the culprit used the nails driven into the wall as footholds to climb. The proof? Why, the nails that were bent downward.
The vent was not screwed down at the time of the murder, so it could easily be removed and used as an escape. The second murder happened 3 months ago. It was at a mansion near Ginma District.
The victim was some real estate agent who lived there, and the cause of death was again strangulation. He made a lot of money through shady real estate deals, so of course someone would be out to get him.
The door to the crime scene was the only possible entrance. But the key to that door was underneath the nailed-down victim. After the culprit escaped, some sort of trick was used to get the key back into the room.
A fishing line passed from the vent through the eye socket of the doll and propped up the upper body of the corpse. All that was left was to exit the room, lock it, throw the key in from the vent, and boom! You've got yourself a locked room mystery!
The key was tossed under the victim from the vent, and once the fishing line was retrieved, the corpse's upper body fell over, completing the crime scene.
The nails on the upper body didn't pierce through completely, so it wasn't nailed down at all.
The third murder happened 1 month ago in an art gallery storage room in Ginma District.
The skank's cause of death was blunt force trauma. She was a pretty lady who let her looks get to her head, and she got boom killed.
The key to the storage room was nailed to a painting through a doll. Another trick was used to get the key back inside the room here.
The painting with the doll nailed to it was propped up against the window, and then the culprit left the room. They nailed the key to the painting through the window, knocked it over, and bam! All done!
Those are the truths behind the past 3 cases. Now, there's been another murder at the clock tower in Conaiward.
The woman's cause of death was strangulation. Since you told that kid you'd take care of it, we gotta solve this case.
The clock tower crime scene was rather high up on the 3rd floor. The door was locked from the inside, and the window shutters were also locked. But there was rainwater under the window, and the nails in 2 of the dolls had rub marks.
In other words, the culprit must have hung a rope ladder from the dolls to escape out the window. With my logic, anything is possible.
Why are you imitating Halara? Anyway. The killer cut their footing on the way down from the window. That way, they could just pull on one side of the rope to retrieve the whole thing.
The shutters come down under their own weight, so they locked once the rope was collected. I'm surprised you noticed the auto-locking feature. You sure love your shutters, Master.
The rope ladder was collected, then burned in the church incinerator, which only clergy have access to.
That's how we know the mailman must be someone from the clergy.
But one question arose from this. The mailman killings share one more characteristic. All the victims were murdered by strangulation. This piece of information wasn't publicized.
But the cause of death in the art gallery murder was blunt force trauma. The strangulation marks were added later.
Which means that it was someone mimicking the mailman. But I already know the identity of the copycat killer. First, the mailman must be someone thin enough to pass through the vent.
Someone with the skills to build a key with precision.
And a clergy member with access to the incinerator.
The priest! You're the mailman!
The copycat is someone who knows that all of the victims were strangled to death.
Because he was the first witness in each case, the person capable of replicating the mailman's crimes is...
The worshipper! You're the copycat criminal!
Well, time for the reaping.
This is the truth of the case!
Very nice that the second that they would go for the route of having two killers at once.
It's the truth. The soul of the true culprit who built this mystery labyrinth.
I see. It looks otherworldly, but there's an ominous air around it.
Thank you, Halara. I was only able to make it this far thanks to you.
I only kept my part of the deal. You made the right choice hiring me. But I will say one thing. You've taken another step toward being a detective. That much is certain. I, Halara Nightmare, acknowledge you.
Really, Halara? You do?
Alright, all eyes on Shinigami!
What's about to happen?
Oh, isn't it obvious? It's the moment we've all been waiting for! Time to boot kill the bad guy!
Yep.
Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair. The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case! Death to all deplorables! Through to the final mystery labyrinth!
You know, that spider light looks a lot like the Nazca line in Peru. That is where those are at, right? Yeah, that's what it was based off of.
Father?
Are you alright?
What's going on? What happened to those two?
There's no pulse. They're dead.
Dead? What?
What is this?
I sure worked hard today. Feels so good to boom kill the murderer.
The mystery labyrinth crumbles when you reap the soul of the true culprit. Then, the cause of the mystery labyrinth's creation pays the price by vanishing with it. I knew this would happen, but it still hurts to see someone die before my eyes. It's like I killed them myself. No, I did kill them. I killed them with the ruthless blade of the truth.
There. Humans boom kill cows and pigs all the time and eat them. You don't feel bad about that, right? These were the souls of deranged murderers. At least you didn't eat them. If you look at it that way, there's nothing to feel bad about at all.
It's not so simple when it comes to people dying.
Did you people do this? Did you kill them with some kind of poison?
Hey, hold on! I have no idea what's going on here. Too much is happening all at once.
We shall talk at headquarters. Follow me there immediately.
Is it just me, or are things more complicated now than before entering the mystery labyrinth?
Oh, you want help? Are you going to rely on me again? Oh, fine. I can't say no when you ask for help.
Everyone!
Oh, where is this going?
Sorry about that! You see, I'm actually the nail. These are my final words, so I can't lie. I'm the nailman. The worshiper laying there is just a copycat criminal. Search the church for the tools used in each crime. I'm sure you'll find plenty of evidence. If you think I'm lying, go ahead and check it out. Thanks!
I didn't know you could do that. But that was a super lazy confession. Will it work?
That should do it. We even have witnesses, so this case is closed.
The priest mumbled something, but I couldn't quite hear him. Anyway, everyone here will be taken to Amaterasu Corporation at once.
What? That wasn't effective at all.
He's so stubborn. This is why I hate authority.
What do we do?
Wait, I hear something.
Huh? What now?
A motorbike. Something is heading this way at an alarming speed.
It can't be.
Seth's
Where is
boss,
that coming from?
baby. Whoa, hello. People.
No. What are you doing here?
Oh! Alright.
Who are you?
You dare speak so carelessly? Who do you think I am?
Some
The
dude.
hero who defends peace and order in Kanai Ward. Director of the Amaterasu Peacekeepers. The Honorable Yomi Hellsmile.
Hell Smile, that's certainly a name.
The Peacekeeper's director?
So he is the head of the Peacekeepers.
Now you know, small fry. Bow down.
What are you doing here?
No need to be alarmed. Benevolent Director Yomi is here to help. Oh, excuse me for the late introduction. I am Vice Director of the Peacekeepers, Martina Electro.
Let's list some of these names.
She's my beloved right hand. No one else gets to have her.
What's with him?
Master, be careful. This Yomi guy is dangerous.
Huh?
I've never seen anyone emit such a dangerous aura before.
He's that bad.
So, what brings you here?
Oh, right. I was so focused on my beloved right hand that I completely forgot.
Hey, just check the recording time. Just like before, this is pushing 2 hours.
As mentioned earlier, Director Yomi is here to help. I hear you've been troubled by Seth's unreasonable treatment. Is that right?
Huh?
Director Yomi, what is going on here? Why am I...
We have discovered you've been receiving sizable kickbacks for facilitating donations meant for the church.
Ooh, that's a felony.
I now know why you were so desperate to clean up all the Nailman killings. After all, it would be troublesome to lose access to all that money if the priest was arrested as the Nailman.
Wait, please. Director Yomi, I did this under your orders.
Did you say something? Because I didn't hear a thing.
I only did this because you ordered me to.
Seth, you make me sad. I'm the hero and defender of peace in this city. My peacekeepers are proud soldiers of that mission. And yet, you let yourself be corrupted. How could you? Seth, for the sake of the peacekeepers and the peace of Kanai Ward, die.
Taking advantage of your position as a peacekeeper executive
Hey,
is
whoa,
a serious
wait a
crime.
minute.
The punishment must be severe.
Are we about to see him put on his knees right in front of us? Oh.
Yeah, I'm annoyed my own underling would betray me like this. I'm so annoyed, I'd go insane if I didn't toy around with my beloved right hand.
It's an honor.
He's terrible.
Good.
Like a lizard cutting off its own tail to survive.
Someone like him is in charge of the Peacekeepers?
Don't look him in the eyes. Don't talk to him either. If possible, don't even breathe the same air as him. Though it's probably too late for that.
Yeah, no duh.
Well then, to our brains friends playing detective, looks like I have to give you a warning. Know your place in my city and stay there. Follow the rules and don't disturb our peace. Or I'll need you to die!
In this city, Director Yomi is both the law and the peacekeepers itself. Defying us means you defy law and order. You will receive fitting treatment for such behavior.
Before, you were insignificant specks of dust. But now that you've banded together, you've become an eyesore. Detectives, my ass. Shit.
Spat on him.
That's not very nice.
Let's go, my beloved right hand.
All things considered.
Yes, Director Yomi.
Oof.
Looks like we've been targeted by someone dangerous.
Yeah, thanks to you. One wrong move and it would have been all over. You got that?
I'm sorry, but...
No buts. None. How did this happen anyway?
Laura, help me out. Please explain what happened. You said you acknowledged me as a detective, didn't you?
What? When did I say that?
Huh?
It's such a shame, Master. Everything that happens in the Mystery Labyrinth gets forgotten.
That is...
What?
Wow.
Laura's memory must have been wiped after entering and leaving the labyrinth. Nothing inside the Mystery Labyrinth can be taken into the real world. Not even memories. Unless you have a contract with yours truly, that is.
But I thought Halara and I had finally reached an understanding.
Memories from up until you enter the Mystery Labyrinth are retained, like the debt you owe for your assignment.
That's awful. Hey, Yuma,
Are you listening? You better make sure this doesn't happen again.
By the way, Chief, our submarine office is tipping over. Are you sure the Peacekeepers didn't mess with it?
What? Seriously? I have to go back and repair it. Yuma, help me out. Follow me.
Yuma, it was supposed to be time for your solution, but we've ended up in a mess.
Huh? Yeah.
Before they could be accused, the true culprit suddenly died. It's my first time dealing with such a thing. Still, I do remember this. You did your absolute best to try and solve the case.
Huh?
You should be proud.
Oh, Lara.
Look, the Chief is calling for you. You should go.
Right. Thank you.
Just waiting for a save point, then I'll end the episode, start my editing, and all that good stuff.
Are you serious?
Why are you poking his shoes?
Peacekeeper executive was taking bribes from the church?
If Director Yomi said so, it would be considered the truth, even if it isn't.
What about the priest being the nailman?
It's going to be publicly announced as the truth. It appears the priest's strong desire to save others turned him into the nailman. He saw people wishing for revenge as they hammered those nails in the forest, and decided he needed to save them. That was the motive, though it could all be a story made up by the Peacekeepers.
So what about the kitty cat criminal?
You mean the copycat?
That one was already publicized as well. They say the copycat did it out of admiration for the real nailman.
And in the end, he felt so much guilt that he poisoned himself? None of this really makes any sense.
It sure didn't look like death by poison to me.
It's me! I did it along with that detective kneeling in penitence over there.
It would make more sense to assume Yomi killed them somehow. Especially when you consider the timing. He'd do it without batting an eye.
Yomi Hellsmile, the director of the Peacekeepers, the leader of our enemy.
I heard he rode in on a dragon.
Dude! Ugh.
No, it was a motorcycle.
Yes, one.
From what I've investigated, the Peacekeepers' influence is gaining ground at Amaterasu Corporation. There's some sort of power struggle going on. Seems like they're getting their way internally. I hear that their boss, Yomi, is extraordinarily dangerous.
Extraordinary? So he is very normal? How scary.
It's only a matter of time until the Peacekeepers gain complete control of the corporation. When that happens, they might outright attack the World Detective Organization.
Perhaps the WDO made its move because they saw the warning signs. If that's the case, it could have something to do with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Oh yeah, what's the deal with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret? We still know nothing about it, huh?
It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the Nailman incident. I wonder what it could be.
Sheesh, so much to deal with. This sounds exhausting.
Didn't I tell you that from the start?
We have to obey directives from number one, no matter how difficult they are.
Well, we got some very talented master detectives gathered here. I'm sure it'll be fine. So much. No, everything changes from now on. Yuma, you can take a seat now.
My legs feel numb.
Don't stick your neck out recklessly from now on, for everyone's sake. Got it?
Got it.
Hey, we worked super hard. I'm so stressed I could die. Oh wait, but I can't die.
Do we have a visitor? That's rare. Yuma, can you go get it?
Sure.
Open the door. Oh, it's him.
Oh, it's you.
My dad is back safe at home. It's all thanks to you. Thank you for helping us.
No, I just...
How did he find out where Yuma was?
I'm happy for you.
Aw, look at you getting thanked. You were on your knees just a moment ago.
Be quiet.
Oh, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
What is it?
Did someone else die or something?
Will you play catch with me?
Huh? Catch? But it's raining. Actually, sure. Let's play.
I was expecting some sort of weird twist to happen there.
The unending rain. My memories still seem like faraway raindrops. My hands still have yet to grasp a single thing. I'm still lost. Is it all right for me to be here? But with the worn baseball gripped in my hand, my heart somehow feels lighter. Why I wanted to be a detective. It could have been for the sake of something so small that it fits in my hand. Maybe I should give myself credit for this small realization. So, for just a bit longer, I think I'll keep pretending to be a detective.
The Nailman killings end. Yeah, I did poorly. Next, save current progress. Let's see how it's going to start up for the next time. Hopefully it won't be much.
Unpainted faces in uniform by the window. This isn't the real me. With that, a hand reaches out and misses the stars grazing off dusk. In the shadow of the school after class lies the remnants of everything someone has lost.
Okay. Silent curtain call. Oh, he's running.
Good morning, everyone.
Alright, yeah, we're gonna cut that. Alright, yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and cut this one here. Cannot save now. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and cut this one here. I'm sure the title screen will... I'm sure once we load back in, we'll see that whole cutscene again. No, probably not gonna miss anything else. But that was part 8 of Master Detective Archives. So, yeah. Oop. I dropped the controller. Anyway. But, I'm still... It keeps getting more and more interesting. The director and vice director of the Peacekeepers making an early appearance like that definitely sets the stage that things are only gonna... It's only gonna be easy for us if it's convenient for them. So, with that, we're gonna go ahead and end this one here. And if y'all liked it, y'all know what to do. I'll catch you in the next one.